quite a bit together. It also seems like you've developed a comfort level with Iguodala. Hello, Goran. Uh, I'm just wondering kind of where you are, now as opposed to sort of where you were from a chemistry standpoint with that group, in your first month with the team.
Yeah, I've actually grown a lot since the first month. Just by talking, actually, not by so much on the court, but we've definitely had dialogue and trying to know where our spots are on the court and how we can play off one another. And it's been great so far. And we've been having a lot of reps in practice, so hopefully we can put it together all when we start playing for meaningful games. But it's been helpful to play with Kelly before I came here. Obviously, knowing how he plays, his style of play, and just playing off of him, with him being one of our main triggers in the second unit. It's been great for me. It's been very making me feel comfortable as a player within the system here in Miami.
What is it about his game? Jay, that is such a good fit with you?
Just his versatility and how he can penetrate the defense, penetrate help side, and make the pass, make the play. We put the ball in his hands a lot with our unit to trigger a lot of different sets, a lot of different offense. So having that comfortability with him has been great, just because he's able to not only make a shot for himself, but draw the defense in and make the right pass.
Ira Winderman, go ahead.
AJ, I know it's just an exhibition scrimmage, but the fact that it is against Memphis and you sort of had to leave in a hurry and you get to play those guys tomorrow, does this mean maybe a little bit more to you? And what's it like going to be to see those guys again?
Well, I'm big brother, so you have the big brother relationship. The big brother beats on the little brother a little bit. So that's what I plan on doing tomorrow, is just letting those guys know that I'm big brother still. And I'm always, when I get on in between the lines, and I'm trying to win the game. But let alone, this is our last scrimmage. This is our last rehearsal before the game started to count. So I want to take it very serious. I want to put everything together from my standpoint. But as a unit, as a team, we want to put it together as a team and feel comfortable, feel good going into the season, and playing the right way going into these games. So obviously tomorrow is definitely a feel-good game for us, and we want to come out with the win just for momentum purposes.
Did you take it personally at all being traded? I mean, you had a really good thing going there, and it seemed like you really worked well with those guys, but you also know that it's a business. So sort of what was your thoughts in the immediacy when you found out you were traded?
Well, I had a relationship with the front office there. They did a great job of communication, and that's not always the case. I'm aware of it, but I've had a great relationship with those guys since the first time I got on the phone with them, and they were very cohesive with me stating what I wanted to do, and I wanted to obviously play for a playoff spot and play for a playoff team. And I don't get too caught up in the trade. I understand it's a business. I got to focus on myself, and everywhere I've gone, I try to leave a mark, and that's all I try to do, honestly, and play the game the right way and make an impact. So I know it's a business. I don't get too tied up into it. I don't get frustrated with the process. I live in the moment, and right now I'm playing on the playoff team, playing for it all. So I'm very thankful for that. So, and I'm very thankful for the Memphis organization for always having that open door, revolving door with communication, because I know it's not always the case. So I'm very thankful for that.
Andres Lopez, Cultura Sports.
Thank you. Jay, after 2 scrimmages in the new bubble setting, what is the most striking difference in terms of gameplay? Is there anything that you guys still need to get used to, or you guys are ready to hit the ground running and get it with your last scrimmage of the preseason, so to speak?
Well, I think we got to do a good job of everybody being engaged. It's a quiet gym, and that makes it more of an emphasis on our bench to communicate with our team, communicate with the 5 guys that's on the court, and help us out as much as possible whenever you're on the sideline. So I think we've been doing a good job of talking about it, and we have to put it into play because we are like our biggest cheerleaders right now. We are the momentum. We are the fans in a sense of just trying to cheer on your teammates and bring some energy to the game itself. So it's been a little different, but we have done a good job of just accepting it, realizing that this is the normal right now, and trying to imply it as best as possible and put our best foot forward each and every time we step on the court.
Anthony Chang, go ahead.
Hey Jay, when you first arrived, you really didn't get to play much with Tyler Herro because he was obviously hurt. What have you learned about Tyler in these past 2 weeks? Has anything surprised you?
Yes, his confidence. I didn't know he had the confidence that he has in himself, and within our style of play. He's very comfortable. So that's definitely stood out to me, his confidence within himself, he puts in a lot of work. I got to give it to him. And that's key for a young guy in this league, just to put time in the gym, and it'll pay off when the lights turn on. And he's figured that out early, and it's been beneficial to him. So definitely his confidence as a young player in this league is very high, and that speaks volumes of him, who he is, and his work ethic. So I applaud him on that.
Ferdinand Rivera.
You have a great veteran like Andre Iguodala. What have you been able to learn from him in this short time?
Basically, how to communicate. He's done a great job of communicating with other older guys, or with a younger guy, or with coaches. He's doing a good job of asking questions when maybe a young guy is thinking about it, or maybe a new guy like myself is thinking about it and not quite processed it all. But he's done a great job of just trying to pick it up as soon as possible and communicate it with everybody. So I think his communication is something I've picked up and from him, and as coming into a new situation, is him asking questions, him being stating his opinion on things, because he is a world champion and he knows the game very well. So he has the respect from everybody from top to bottom. So his intelligence to the game is something critical.
We'll take our last question from West. Go ahead, West.
Hey, Jay. On the women's end, obviously, you showed your complete support for Maya Moore, and obviously what she's done in terms of really having her hands in there in terms of the racial injustice. What is that inspiration for you, just from her, and at the same time, how do you speak on it, obviously, in terms of just that complete support you continue done for her?
I respect her. The respect is there. For you to put away the game that you really love, I know she loves it. She's very great at her job. For her to sit aside that for a bigger purpose, I applaud it. It takes a lot of character. It takes a lot of guts to do such a thing like that. Her being in her prime and stepping away from the game because she wanted to prove a point. She wanted to get some justice within what she believed in. So I respect that for the most part, and I just wanted to show her that, whether it be on social media, and once I see her in person, I'm going to reiterate how much I respect her and how much I applaud her for what she's done, just not only for the game of women's basketball, but for athletes, period, all over the world. She showed she made a bigger stance, and she stood behind it, and she got some justice out of it, and I respect that, and I applaud her. And I just want to show my gratitude toward that situation.